Hi, this is Giles here from Wolverhampton Audi. This is just a quick video on some of the key features of the comfort and sound pack on the new model year 2021 Audi A3. And also going to touch upon the some of the key features on the virtual cockpit. While we're outside the car, just before I jump in, the comfort and sound pack gives you park assist, the front and rear parking system, so parking system plus. That gives you a rear view camera. That's why I'm putting the camera just down there. It gives you a Bang & Olufsen sound system, heated front seats. I think that's it. Let's have a look. So let's jump in the car. So inside, visually, you've got the Bang & Olufsen sound system there, so you can see the camera just zooms in. Silver flash above the speakers, which denotes it's got the upgraded sound system. This icon in the centre console shows you've got front and rear parking sensors with the rear view camera on this model and the park assist function just there. Electric folding mirrors are standard on the new A3, which is nice. So let's continue as guest. Cancel that. So front and rear parking sensors with the rear view camera. Of course, this will always automatically engage if you go into reverse, but you can sort of reference and engage the system by just pressing that button there. Likewise, you can switch it off by pressing that. Let's turn the music down. Park assist. So this is the fully automated parking. So all you have to control is the throttle and the brake. The steering is fully automated. It's saying here, please select direction of travel to on park in this scenario. So it's touchscreen on this, so the car will actually pull itself out of the parking space. Normally, the indicator, so if you're driving along the road looking for a parallel parking space, you can see the different options there: parallel park, bay park, in the two different directions, front parking, rear parking, which this car can do now. You could choose a direction that the car is looking for parking space by simply indicating. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to demo the actual system in operation. I might do that in another video. But yeah, it's really simple to use. It's great fun. So it's a nice thing to show your friends. And if you do struggle with parking, it's a really nice addition to have. I suppose for me, one of the main features of the comfort and sound system is having the Bang & Olufsen sound system. So of course it's operated the same as any other sound system in the A3, either on the steering wheel or in the centre console there. So when you do adjust the volume, you see this banner come up. If we press, I should say, settings, like the standard system, you can adjust the bass and the treble. You do however have a subwoofer in here, so you can adjust the subwoofer by pressing out of that. You can also adjust the sound focus. That's the same in the previous car actually. Surround sound level. This is unique to the Bang & Olufsen sound system, so it gives you a real sort of sound scope. Deeper sound scope, and you can adjust how intense that 3D sound setting is, so either high, medium or rough. Obviously this is going to be quite hard to pick up on the video, but it is a superb sounding system. So yeah, that's the additional that the B&O system gives you, is to able to adjust these parameters. Another feature which is comfort and sound pack is the heated seats. So there's 3 different settings to that, and they're literally just operated by these 2 buttons in the centre console. So yeah, real brief insight into what the comfort and sound pack gives you on the new A3. So now moving on to the technology pack. So of course this is controlled by this left hand, the buttons on your steering wheel. Across the top you've got the 4 tabs on this. If you press view, you'll change your view between like a more conventional looking dials, or you can extend out to the maps. This sort of virtual cockpit system is very similar across a lot of our models now. So the new Q2, facelifted Q2, which has just been released, again I might do a video on that. That'll have this similar system inside. Q3 looks slightly different on some of the higher models, A6, A7, A8, Q8, Q7, etc. But the principle is very, very similar. Always works with these buttons here. So the first tab, the red tab, is the car information. So by scrolling down on this button here, you can go through the different parameters. So we've got miles per gallon, current consumption, short-term, long-term memory, so average miles per gallon, average miles per hour, driving time, etc. You've got a long-term memory there as well. To reset any of these parameters, it says there, reset values with OK. What it means by that is OK is actually pressing in this scroll. So press and hold that, reset. Driver assist, so this shows you things like your lane assist on this car. If you have adaptive cruise control, you'll have information displayed in there as well. Now if I press view, you can sort of change how that looks, and you can see I've got a little icon of the car at the side, and also that's the engine temperature. Scrolling through the different parameters, they're all the same, time and date. These two buttons will take you into any additional options, so an additional menu and then return. So on there, if you go to Onboard Computers, let's have a look what's under that. That's the screen we're just looking at. Or you can have reduced display, which literally just gets rid of all the main icons. So if you want it a little bit less cluttered, you can select reduce display, and that just gets rid of those. Next tab across is your music. So the minute we're on radio, so all I'm doing again is scrolling through just there. Once I find the radio station I want to listen to, just click on that and it changes. Again, if I press the menu button, it will take us into an extended menu, and you can see we can go to switch media. So that will then flip it to either a USB if that's connected, or maybe Bluetooth on your phone. Switch to radio, and we can go through DAB, FM, AM, last stations, or you can actually set favourite stations. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Next icon is the phone, and no phone's connected on here, but again it will literally just display your recent call list. And you can again press the menu button to go into your contacts. And then the final screen, which is the main sort of benefit of the virtual cockpit, is having your satellite navigation maps displayed on there. Again, I'm just using this to scroll in and out of the maps. View always changes the speedometer, revometer. By pressing the menu, you can go into map, which we're on, last destinations, or favourites. So they've kept it really basic on here, so you can't actually enter the satellite navigation from the steering wheel. Of course you do that by pressing the screen on here and using the touch screen, or let's go into that. So using either the handwriting recognition. I'm surprised that picked up. That was terrible. So yeah, so you can enter your destinations on there, but if you go into somewhere that you've recently visited, you can click on last destinations, or of course you could set your favourites on there as well. Map your orientation, just chooses whether you want the 2D map or 3D map is my preference, and automatic zoom is on, so that means that the map will actually zoom in on a bit of your closer location whilst you're moving. On the left hand side you've got engine temperature. Check engine lights on just because the engine's not actually running. Underneath it's telling us that the lights are on. The blue lights show the full beam. Next to that you've got the clock, so time. You don't have a date on this screen, but obviously the date is just above there. The car's odometer, so the mileage it's done, and then the current tripometer. Just next to that is the underneath that is the temperature, external temperature, and the little snowflake sign in there saying it's very cold, which it is today. That icon just to underneath the digital speedometer is lane assist. So what happens is when you go over 40 miles an hour, that icon will actually appear green. Shows you that the system's active. But remember, we could have a bigger display of that under the driver assistance screen just there. So under the red tab, driver assistance. On the right hand side is your fuel, and then also the handbrake status. So red P means handbrake's on. So like I say, just a quick insight into the virtual cockpit and the comfort and sound system on the Audi A3. Hope that helps. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop me a message. But yeah, it's a really nice option to have. Sorry, I should just say, in terms of the speakers, the comfort and sound pack, again, you've got an additional tweeter there on the A-pillar. Yeah, it's a really awesome sounding system, especially having the subwoofer in the boot. The parking sensors are nice to have, and the heated seats, again, very, very nice to have on a cold day like this. But yeah, any questions, feel free to drop me a message. Thanks for watching.